people you surround yourself with shape your life. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once said, "The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best." You've likely heard the popular saying, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." But have you ever stopped to consider how deeply this truth affects your mindset, growth, and overall well-being? Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control external events or people, we can control how we respond and who we allow into our lives. Some people elevate us, inspire us, and help us grow. Others, however, act as obstacles, draining our energy, feeding our doubts, or pulling us away from the path of wisdom and self-mastery. Today, we're going to explore 7 types of people Stoicism warns us against. These individuals can hinder your progress, disrupt your peace, and lead you away from the Stoic ideal of a disciplined, virtuous life. Before we dive in, if you find value in these lessons, consider sharing this with others who might benefit. Now let's begin. 1. The complainer, a leaky faucet of negativity. We all know someone who complains constantly. Whether it's the weather, their job, or even their dinner at a restaurant, they always seem to find something wrong. At first you might think it's just their personality, I can ignore it. But over time, their negativity seeps into your thoughts, like a leaky faucet that slowly erodes your peace of mind. Stoicism teaches us to focus on solutions rather than dwelling on problems. Imagine working on a project with a chronic complainer. Every meeting turns into a session of grievances instead of problem solving. Eventually, the entire team's morale suffers, and what could have been a productive discussion becomes a spiral of frustration. So how do we handle this? Limit your exposure. If possible, reduce the time you spend around chronic complainers. Practice mental detachment. If avoiding them isn't an option, visualize their complaints as a passing storm, loud and unsettling, but ultimately powerless against your inner tranquility. Redirect the conversation. Shift discussions toward solutions rather than dwelling on problems. Marcus Aurelius put it best, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this and you will find strength. By guarding our mental space, we ensure that the negativity of chronic complainers doesn't derail our journey toward resilience and wisdom. 2. The drama magnet, a whirlpool of chaos. Imagine navigating life like a ship sailing through calm waters. Then, you encounter a whirlpool, an individual who seems to thrive on constant conflict, crisis, and drama. At first, their energy may seem exciting, even intoxicating, but soon you realize that being in their orbit is like steering your ship into a never-ending storm. You're pulled into unnecessary conflicts, entangled in their problems, and left emotionally drained. Here's how Stoicism can help. Practice selective detachment. Just because someone invites you into their chaos doesn't mean you have to accept. Treat their drama like background noise. Acknowledge it, but don't engage. Use reflective listening. Instead of taking sides or offering solutions, simply mirror their words. It sounds like you're frustrated with Sarah's behavior. This allows you to remain supportive without becoming entangled. Be intentionally unavailable. Seneca reminds us that true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence on the future. You don't have to be accessible to every crisis. Set boundaries. Steer clear of the drama magnet and keep your ship on course. 3. The naysayer, a cloud over your dreams. Picture your aspirations as a vibrant painting. Every brushstroke adds color and depth. Now imagine someone walking in and immediately pointing out all the reasons your painting won't work. Naysayers are not constructive critics. Their words are not meant to refine your vision, but to cast doubt over it. You tell them you want to start a business, change careers, or embark on a new journey. Their response? It's too competitive. Are you sure you're capable? Most people fail, so how do you deal with a naysayer? Ask them for advice. Ironically, when people are asked to provide constructive suggestions instead of criticism, they tend to soften their negativity. Challenge them with solutions. If they say, "You'll never succeed in that field," counter with, "Interesting, how do you think someone could succeed?" Discern noise from wisdom. Not all doubt is bad. As Epictetus reminds us, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Listen to constructive feedback, but discard baseless negativity. Don't let naysayers dull your masterpiece. Keep painting. 4. The victim, the perpetual checkmate. Life is like chess. Some people make strategic moves, take risks, and grow from mistakes. Others blame the board, the pieces, or their opponent for every setback. The victim sees themselves as powerless. Their failures are always due to external forces, never their own choices. They drain your time and energy, pulling you into their cycle of helplessness. How do you handle a victim mindset? Set boundaries. Don't become their rescuer. Offer support, but don't take responsibility for their problems. Encourage ownership. Instead of reinforcing their helplessness, Ask, what's one thing you can control in this situation? Avoid adopting their mindset. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Challenges are meant to be overcome, not excused. 5. The manipulator. Rewriting your story. Your life is your script. You are the protagonist, but manipulators try to rewrite your story to suit their needs. They use guilt, flattery, or deceit to control your actions. They take advantage of your kindness, making you feel responsible for their well-being. How do you break free? Use fogging. Agree with any truth in their statements, but refuse to be emotionally manipulated. Example, yes, I have been doing well financially, but let's split the bill as usual. Enforce boundaries. Affirm, I can't lend money, but I'm happy to offer advice. Stops their attempts to take advantage. Remember Epictetus, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. Take back your pen, write your own script. 6. The toxic positivist. Dismissing reality. Toxic positivists insist on good vibes only. While optimism is valuable, ignoring reality isn't. If you're grieving, struggling, or processing pain, they dismiss it. Just be happy. But Stoicism teaches us to embrace all emotions with balance, how to handle them, acknowledge both light and shadow. Instead of pretending everything is fine, say, I appreciate optimism, but it's okay to feel sadness too. Embrace emotional granularity. Allow yourself to feel deeply rather than suppress emotions. Seneca reminds us, true happiness is to enjoy the present, not avoid reality. 7. The time vampire. Stealing your most valuable resource. Time is the one resource you can never get back. Yet some people waste it without a second thought. They interrupt, demand attention, or guilt trip you into activities that don't serve your goals. How to protect your time. Use the Pomodoro technique. Structure work sessions to minimize distractions. Say no unapologetically. Declining an invite isn't rejecting a person, it's prioritizing yourself. Seneca said, life, if well lived, is long enough. Make sure you live it well. Final reflection. Are you one of these people? It's easy to see these traits in others. The harder question is, do we exhibit them ourselves? Self-awareness is key. The goal isn't just to avoid toxic people, it's to ensure we are becoming better, wiser, and more disciplined individuals. May your choices reflect wisdom, and may your journey be guided by virtue.